The couple clearly saw the red light ahead, but they still drove through, resulting in a head-on collision with a woman driving straight ahead. Neither side had time to avoid the crash and both were knocked to the ground. The woman quickly got out of the car to check on her daughter. Luckily, neither of them was seriously hurt, but then she noticed that the hundreds of bottles of Mau Tai in her car had all shattered. This left her feeling completely lost. Meanwhile, the couple was desperately calling for help. Seeing this, the woman hurried over to assist, but she quickly realized that her own strength was too weak to do much, so she had no choice but to ask passers-by for help. However, the passers-by were all afraid of being falsely accused by the elderly couple, and all declined her request. At that point, the daughter stepped forward and desperately pleaded with the passers-by. Finally, she was able to move them, and everyone came together to help. However, the woman's good deed was met with even worse behavior from the couple. Once the elderly couple was rescued, the first thing they did wasn't to thank the woman for her help. To her surprise, the old man slapped her hard across the face, accusing her of deliberately running into them because she wasn't paying attention to the road. The old woman grabbed her and refused to let go, demanding 100,000 in compensation before allowing her to leave. The woman explained that it was they who ran the red light and caused her goods to be ruined, but the old woman refused to listen, continuing to harass her, claiming that elderly people drive slowly, and young people should yield to them. Hearing this, the old man grew even more enraged, and prepared to strike her again. Luckily, a passerby stopped him in time, reminding him that the woman's car was full of Mau Tai, which was worth hundreds of thousands. Upon hearing this, the old woman panicked, knowing that even selling herself wouldn't cover the compensation. She hurriedly asked what they should do. To her surprise, the old man insisted that as an elderly person, he didn't need to follow traffic rules, and stubbornly maintained that the woman had hit him. The woman then demanded compensation for her losses, but the old man began to personally attack her, insulting her clothes, saying she didn't look like someone who could afford Mau Tai. He then continued accusing her of hitting him with her car, and demanding money from them, claiming she had no sense of justice. At that moment, the woman received a call from the CEO's assistant, asking where she was. She explained the situation to the assistant, saying the elderly couple was blocking her from leaving. Upon hearing this, the assistant quickly informed the CEO, saying there was a small problem on her side, and that they would resolve it right away, ensuring the banquet would not be delayed. The assistant hurried to the scene. Meanwhile, the woman didn't want to engage with them further. She mentioned that there were security cameras, and that she could prove herself with the footage, but the old man grabbed her phone, and smashed it on the ground. He was afraid his wrongdoings would be exposed. Seeing his unreasonable behavior, the woman had no choice but to claim that the Mau Tai was personally ordered by the CEO, and demanded they give her an explanation. But to her surprise, the old woman claimed that the woman was pretending the wine was real, and pulled out a bottle as evidence, saying it had no anti-counterfeit label, so it must be fake. Faced with the doubts of those around her, the woman quickly explained that the wine was a private order from the CEO, and it was normal for it not to have a label. But the old man didn't believe her, claiming that someone like the CEO would never let her, a delivery woman, handle such valuable wine. The passers-by were tricked by this statement, and began asking the woman where the wine came from. With no other choice, the woman showed her business card as proof, but the old man